It's going.
A minute of me playing. First minute is gonna be me playing.
That's probably fine. People will be mad about sound or something.
Ooh. I like when people are mad about stuff.
It seems like I thought I had this balanced, but it sounds very loud in comparison to you guys.
Is this the Frank West
Yes.
channel? Okay. And not the Frank West channel.
No, I don't know who that dude is. Is that actually channeled? Does someone have Frank West?
I don't know. I think last time when his mom was streaming, so one of our friends came in and was like, "So I tried to send a raid, but I forgot you had an underscore after your name, so that's gonna be a fun surprise for whoever that guy."
I am streaming, right?
You are streaming.
Okay. Oh, that's right. The Twitch app like doesn't actually work. Like if you're on the channel, it's like waiting for the
It's
stream.
a fun feature.
But like here, it's not actually waiting for the stream at all. That's a lie. Yeah, it looks like I'm streaming. Hey, stream chat. How is volume? Anybody?
How is volume?
Frank West seems to be available. Yeah, that's not surprising. I think I was like, well, Frank West definitely isn't available, so I'll just go for something I know will be available. Like, there's no way in hell someone put 3 Franks in there. Oh, volume's good. Okay, it seems odd to me.
See, now someone out there is gonna want Frank West, and we're like, surely to God, know what they did.
Right.
Are we gonna watch you on Steam, or are you gonna? We just gonna?
Oh,
watch
you can watch me on Steam. Yeah, you probably should.
Okie dokie.
It's been a while since I played this. I might be rusty, actually.
Oh, stupid name you're under. There we go.
Watch game. There we go.
Watch game.
Tell me when you're ready, and I will run through the basic mechanics of this game real quick. It won't take too long. Oh, you're watching my broadcast, so I guess you're ready.
Well, hang on. Mine's loading.
Mine's loading too.
Okay, well, I'll start with an intro to this game. This is Aztez. It came out like 6 months ago, and you probably haven't heard of it unless you've talked to me about it, because
You're the one person.
well, it really, like, it was announced years ago, and the thing is, like, when it was announced, indie games were fresh and new, and an indie game like this, which is like a new take on a beloved style of game with a distinct art style, was like a guaranteed seller. But it took a really long time to come out, and now it's like, it came out now and everybody's like, oh, it's an indie game. There's a million of those. And it just didn't stand out. And a lot of people have blamed that on why it failed, and that's probably part of it. But like, I think it's also got some serious design issues that prevent it from being the genuinely amazing game it could be. Which I'll talk about.
It does make a nice honking sound, which I like.
But I'll just run through the basic mechanics. There are 8 weapons. There's like 4 normal weapons, and then like 4 weirder weapons. This is the most basic, the sword and shield. So, yeah, there are 2 attack buttons, which do the same amount of damage, but generally speaking, they have slightly different effects. Every weapon has a combo, and every string in the combo does twice as much damage as the one before it. So if you're looking to just do damage, you want to get to the end of your combo as quickly as possible. See, like this move does 2, this does like 4, that does like 8, 16, 32, etc.
Gotcha.
And the last hit, if I do the X combo, the last hit knocks him down on the ground, and if I do the... Actually, wait, what does the X combo do with this one? Oh, that's right, the X combo knocks him far away. The Y combo knocks him to the ground. There's also up X and up Y buttons, both in midair and in the ground, which do all sorts of things. Down X is usually a shield breaker, which is this. Down Y is usually a move that will take someone who's on the ground and hit them and knock them into the air for more combos. Up X is usually a launcher, and up Y is usually a different launcher. Because there's also grab, which you can do combos from, and you can also do up and down X and Y abilities, or and there's up and all the same things apply in midair. There's an X and Y combo, which will hit them. The last hit will hit them away in different ways. And there's up and down X and Y buttons, which will usually at least one of them will launch them even higher, and at least one of them will be some sort of diving attack. If someone's damaged enough, they don't die right away, but they'll have that red circle around them, and you can grab them. And once you grab them, you can do this finisher move, which will make everyone around you stagger, and it will make them drop a lot of blood. You'll notice I've been absorbing blood a lot. Once you absorb enough blood, you can do a god attack. I'm going through this really fast because, like, there's a lot of it, but it's all front-loaded, I promise. So yeah, you can do the god attack, which are very powerful things. There's one that, like, heals you, there's a knockback, which is the basic one. But the main way you fill those up is by doing a sacrifice, and then doing it. But you also just suck up blood that's in or around in the area as well. There's also a dash, which has attacks out of dash, and you can air dash. Every weapon does dashes a little bit differently and move speed a little bit differently depending on what you have equipped. Like if I equip the club, my dashes are much shorter and I walk slower because it's the heavy weapon. There's also block, and if I time block just right, I'll go into counter and I can do counters. Like in every game ever, basically, these days. I think that's... Oh yeah, and you can also cancel basically anything, almost any move into a block or an absorb, which is really powerful. So you see me do something like if I do this trip attack... Well, hold on, let me not cancel it. If I do this trip attack, it's hard to combo after it, but if I do the trip attack, block, and then do it, I can combo super easy. So that's kind of the advanced tactic of this game, is just canceling things into other things, like by putting a block or an absorb in the middle. And that is basically all that there is to Aztez, except in the playing of it, which can get kind of crazy. I'm a little rusty, but hopefully I'll be alright. So there's two ways to play this game. There's the arena mode, which is just a sequence of fights, which maybe I'll do if I die early. I'll just go to that if I feel like the stream shouldn't be over yet. And the other is the campaign, which is both really neat and the source of every fucking design problem in this game.
Ooh!
Dr. A, this is PC only right now. They are going to release on console soon, and I hope the console release does better. And I hope it does too, because these dudes worked on this thing for years, and it's basically just two guys who did it. And, like, if it had released when they started making it, like, immediately, I think it would have been really successful, but it doesn't quite stand out in the current indie game scene.
Kind of a Lawbreaker situation, although hopefully this isn't as bad as what happens with Lawbreakers.
It's interesting that you say that, because like Lawbreakers, I think that people saying the entire reason is because they don't stand out are not seeing the whole picture. I think there are design issues that prevent this from getting the word-of-mouth popularity that it needs. Which is also an issue with Lawbreakers. Okay. Like, I don't think it's... Lawbreakers isn't just unpopular because it came out in a place where there are a billion other hero shooters already established. It's also unpopular, because it's got... Despite theoretically being a really cool, interesting game, because it has issues that prevent it from getting popular with people who aren't really into it.
Right, yeah. And I had heard that Lawbreakers did have, issues like gameplay stuff, weirdness, other than that. But I mean, the main reason it didn't have the big success because of its oversaturation. But I think the reason it tanked was, I'm saying that the wrong way around. I think it didn't have that much success because of the design, but it tanked because of the oversaturation. Anyway.
The thing is, at its core, Lawbreakers is also, I think, a very interesting game. I haven't really played it, but I think it's good underneath the problems.
Okay. I haven't actually played it.
The other thing that Lawbreakers has that this game doesn't is Cliffy B, who was also a big problem for them. He was apparently awful in the press.
He is. I've watched I'll have to show you after your stream. I'll show you a compilation video of Cliffy B's PR, and he is. Cliffy B's a special man. He's great.
So, this is basically the entire story, as in there is no more story after this screen. So I hope you enjoyed the story.
The 3 great cities, you're an immortal dark priest, the guy's gonna come around in 100 years, got it.
Yeah, it takes place. You're. It's in Aztec times, and the great beast is, which we'll see later, is the Conquistadors coming. So, I guess I can give a very quick overview of these weapons. I won't get all of them during this run. Hopefully, I'll get like 3 or 4. Sword is super basic. It doesn't have any strengths or weaknesses. Club is very slow but powerful. Spear is the one I'm going to use. It's got really great range, and you can do lots of dashing attacks. It's very, very fast. Knife is sort of a weird one. There's a lot of teleporting and, like, weird attacks from the air and throwing your knife. But, like, it can be really tricky to use because it doesn't have some basic things everything else does. Fists are very weak, but they're super easy to hit with, and they combo into each other, like, incredibly easily. And their dodge is also their dash is also a dodge. So, like, they're weird. Sorry?
That's
what?
just like the fist in. That's just like the fist in my life. They're very weak, but they're very easy to use.
And then these last 3 are special weapons. You have to get certain things to unlock, which I have. Claws are like very aggressive, sort of like magic weapons, but they can't block. So you have to do all your cancels. They only counter, they don't block. So like if you miss your counter, you just get hit. And they're just sort of all-out offense. And all of their combo enders are like strings of more combo. The rifle is sort of a... It's a single shot rifle, and then you have to reload it. And the reload... So as, like, your Y attack, basically every Y attack turns into a way to fire it. And then you have to reload it. And I think my favorite thing is that its Y counter will be a reload. So, like, you do this cool counter, everything slows down, then you reload really fast. And the gauntlets are just super broken. You get them by beating the Emperor, which you have to get special conditions to even unlock the ability to fight him. They're like super magic, and you just sort of shoot giant beams out of your hands and fly around. And their disadvantage is that you're very slow while using them, but like it's basically just like a free win if you want that. So they're fun. They have one move that goes the entire range of the screen and stuns everybody for like 10 seconds, and another move that's a beam that hits the entire... that goes full horizontal, so...
Nice.
But if you get them, you basically won. So this is, the other type of Aztez, gameplay, which is the sort of Civilization Light. You start out with 3 cities, it's always the same 3, and you need to get resources. You can use resources to buy one of these 4. Princess gets you a new city. Assassin quells a dissenting city. Conjurer is sort of a lotto draw for random items. And General prevents a city from dissenting. So you can sort of put those and just sort of make like a solid point where they can't. And they also Generals also come in handy in the end game. And for every city you have, you get a certain amount of resources every turn. And you'll notice up in the top left I have 1 Aztez. I can get more for every Aztez. Every turn I can use 1 Aztez to go on 1 mission. And for most missions, if they die, I lose that Aztez forever. If I lose all my Aztezes, I lose. If I lose my main city here, because it's been taken over by dissent, I lose. And so, there's basically always a mission to get a new city, which you want, because you get a free Aztez once you get your first 2 cities, so... And you generally want to...
That's a good deal. Free
Yeah.
Aztez with the first...
And there's this little thing here, which... The green thing is what I have to do to complete the mission. And the blue thing is a bonus thing, and if I complete that, I get the reward underneath it, which in this case is a common item. And then the res is what... The red item is what happens if the Aztez dies, or if I fail the mission. Which it mostly will be the Aztez dying. There's a few things where losing won't make your Aztez die, but they're sort of special festivals. Ah, dang.
So sorry if you already went over this, but is Aztez you, like, who you're playing as, or?
I mean, I'm playing as a string of Aztezes, technically.
Oh, okay.
But the character I'm playing in the fight scenes is one of my many Aztezes.
Oh, I see.
It's like in Prinny, when one of the Prinnies dies, one of them takes over.
It's exactly
Right,
like
yeah.
that. And that they are also bombs.
They're also penguins and bombs.
We gotta defend the Aztec Empire, dude!
Oh my god, that would have been such a great angle for this.
Whoa! You're franking around.
So, I guess I could go over... Ooh, this is super lucky. So, I got a common item for beating that in under 60 seconds, and one of the choices I have is free Aztez, which is super handy to have in the early game, because that means more missions. Let's see. 5 resources or 5 resources. Wow, what a choice. So generally speaking, the missions early on will be, unsurprisingly, pretty easy. Oops. I'm trying to get one counter in, but I'm too rusty. You'll see yellow exclamation points, which are tells for them about to do attacks. Red exclamation points can't be countered or blocked. And yellow or orange exclamation points can be countered, but cannot be blocked. So, you have to avoid red attacks. Orange attacks you can either avoid or you can choose to try and counter. But if you miss the counter timing, you will get hit.
Victory the shit out of that guy. Just the blood behind the menu makes it look like he did something unspeakable to him.
And you have just the tiniest bit of time before the victory screen comes up to do another move. And sometimes if you do like the god summon move, then like it just sort of happens in the background. So that's all I can do this turn, so I'm gonna end turn. And we'll see what happens. I get resources for... Oh yeah, the number of resources I get for each is equal to their population. I can have... A city can have 1 in 6 population, anywhere between that. If it drops down below 1, then it becomes a destroyed city. And that can be useful sometimes, because dissent can't spread through a destroyed city.
Can't have dissent if there's nobody to dissent.
Mm-hmm.
Points too bad.
So
the
if
pointing head meme.
Oh boy. If the harbor here was a destroyed city, then any dissent from up here could not get to my capital. So, and there's a few items I can actually like depopulate a city for that purpose. Oh, and I only have 2 items to start with. Smoking Mirror is basically hard mode in that you start with harder missions right away. But it mostly just makes the beginning of it less easy. It doesn't really make the end any harder. Which is one of the problems with this campaign mode. This campaign will last anywhere between an hour to 2 hours. And that's kind of a problem, because a game like this is all about getting better and going against harder challenges. But that's not really an option. Because every 2 hours you start with the easiest missions again. And it only gets as hard as 2 hours in. So like for a while you're playing, the game will just be way too hard. Like you'll be able to play for 20 minutes and then it's just too hard. And then once you've played for a while, the first 20-30 minutes will be way too easy. And then like... So like at any given time, the amount of time that the game's actually in the sweet spot for difficulty is really small. It's probably the biggest problem with their campaign mode is, like, the game just doesn't scale difficulty at all. I think they thought they had a really cool idea, and they do. Like, it's cool that you can do these things. It's really cool. Like, the civilization mode is kind of fun to screw around in, and I like that, you know, what I do combat-wise can affect it. And it's sort of a neat concept, but it totally ruins difficulty scaling.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of ActRaiser, although with ActRaiser it wasn't a stylish action game in this sense, of course, so, like the difficulty curve.
Hold on, let me just write this. ActRaiser 3, but it's a stylish action. Okay, sorry, got it.
I'd play that.
I played the shit out of that. A stylish action where you play as God's messenger? I mean...
And he's basically acting like Dante.
Yeah, I'd be into that. I mean, I guess
no
that's...
doubt you've got some fun planned for me.
I guess
What's wrong?
I guess Dante's Inferno did exist, so...
Oh, God. That's something else entirely from what I've seen in that game.
I might play that game eventually on stream. I've never played it. I've only played the demo.
From what I know of the story, at least, it looks like if somebody had to write a book report on Dante's Inferno in, like, middle school, and they're like, I'm gonna make it awesome! Beatrice has tits, and he sews a cross into his chest, yeah!
Yeah, anybody who's just showing up now will have no idea what this game is. It's a 2D style action, more or less. With a civilization...
You, Aztec.
Let's see, yep. I really want to...
It's only on PC right now.
Yeah, they will have a console release soon, but they don't have one yet.
Aztez guy for Smash.
So this is Descent. And it can just sort of happen randomly. And once it happens, it will spread. Oh, I've got Drought too, that's kind of bad. I kind of forget what Drought does. Drought, I think, makes Descent more likely, but it also just decreases population in general.
So from what I know of Civilization, when do you get the part where Gandhi nukes you?
I mean, on like turn 15th and Conquistador, so that.
Okay, fair enough.
And basically everything you're doing is preparing for that bit.
Dijon is here and says, you know when the writers of Dante's Inferno finished a sentence because they screamed and threw up the horns? Yep.
This dude's... Oh, I should add, the way you know that a dude is dead already is because he'll make glass breaking sounds when you hit him. But for him to go into the finishing state, you have to let him fall on the ground and then get up, and then you can sacrifice him, or just kill him. But if you just keep juggling him, you can do that indefinitely. Like...
I can do this all day. In fact, I think I will.
Yep. There we are. So this is the free Aztez I get for 2 cities. Which is nice, because now I've got 3 Aztez, and at this stage in the game I usually have 3 missions, so... I guess I can describe the combo system. My bonus thing right now is to do a 16-hit combo. It's pretty basic. Basically, anytime you get hit or you miss, your combo ends. It's something I don't really like, because, like, a lot of the moves in this game move you around in really cool ways, but you can't do them in the middle of a combo. Like, if I wanted to hit this guy up and, like, hit him away, go over here and then, oh wait, do a stomp, and, like, land on the ground before him and combo him again, that would break my combo, because I did the stomp and it didn't hit anybody. Which is, like, I just ended my combo there because I did a mid-air dash move and canceled. Which I think is lame, because I think that's a really cool thing to do, and I think discouraging the player from using the moves freely is lame. And it kind of limits the combos to being just hitting them and canceling them in mid-air over and over.
Then you're just playing the game like some people I know used to play Bonk back in the day, where you just do the headbutt forever and then just spiral into the sky. Except you're juggling.
Sorry. I got real quiet there, but I want to do some cool diving combos, because it's really fun. Oh, I've dropped it.
Beat their ass.
The spear's really fun, because it's got all sorts of moves that take you, like a diving attack upwards, a diving attack downwards. And once you learn the commands for all of those, like upwards is dash and then the X attack, whereas downwards is down and the X attack. So it's a little tricky to learn, but once you learn them all, it's a really fun weapon to just keep sort of diving into people over and over with. I just need a counter, please. Please hit me with something I can... There you go! I really like the bonus system, but sometimes it does end up just sort of sitting there waiting for someone to throw something you can counter. Hates food, loves combos. Nice. Usually there's an event to end droughts. There isn't one. Oh, that's right. This makes it rain, though. So I can just use this to force it to rain.
Makes it rain.
Make it rain. So this is, Oh, I should be using these. I totally forgot this is a thing that exists. I should be using my resources to capture cities. That's what they're there for.
Yeah, whatever.
And every time you use one of these agents, their cost goes up. So, like, mostly I'll just be using a lot of princesses to capture cities. But, like, eventually they'll cost way too much to use, and I won't even have them. Oh, this both suck. Oh, and the stars on items denote rarity, but they also denote if I sell them, I can get that many resources. So, I don't know. I don't usually. It's not usually worth bothering with. But you can if you know you're never going to use something.
We have no use for princesses here.
Okay, here we go. So if I win this mission, then it won't be drought next round. Oh, and so there's a bonus objective here for points. You get points for doing hits and more points for doing combos. But the real way you get lots of points is by getting a high combo and then sacrificing someone. Because sacrifices are worth a ton of points. And, like, I just got 200,000 points for that one sacrifice. Whereas the entire rest of the round so far, I'd only gotten 50,000. But they just get a ton of extra bonuses from sacrifices. So you usually just have to get one decent combo and then sacrifice someone. I hope they give me a new weapon soon, but they usually don't until mid-game. You can equip 4 weapons at a time, and switching between them actually counts as an attack in your combo, which is a neat... As long as you do it after you're hitting someone. Which is sort
of like
a
a manual.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so this is a... Blue missions are festivals. If I lose the festival, I don't lose my Aztez. They're usually ways to get a bunch of extra resources. In this case, every time I sacrifice someone, I get a resource. And their bonuses are always cosmetic sets. But I think I have all the cosmetic sets, so it'll just be a couple of extra bonus resources. And in festivals, guys will just keep spawning for a while. And then at the end, once time runs out, they'll stop spawning and I'll just have to finish off whoever's left. So you want to kill as many people as you can early. And then the last few stragglers, it doesn't matter. Oh, it's our first shield guy. So they block most of your attacks from the front, but you can grab them, or you can do a guard breaker on them, or you can counter them, basically.
Let's see.
But yeah, I think I've basically gotten to all of the basic concepts behind the mechanics at this point. It's really, I should add, it's super fun. Like, it feels a little weird at first, but I think it is super fun to play immediately. Like, and once you've played it for half an hour, I think even, like, non-stylish action fans will pretty much get a hang of it.
Even the unwashed masses can have fun with this game?
Yeah, even you, like, casuals. Like, I don't even know how you live and enjoy video games, but you can.
I heard you
Barbarians.
I heard you say you first. Don't try and cover that up. You are casual players.
You can. I mean, I meant like other people, not like you.
Casual players who aren't French toast, who I'm talking to right now.
Yeah, all those other ones.
No, I admit it. I'm a filthy casual. So, good to know that I could try this game.
And a trash anime movie.
Mm-hmm.
But
I've been proving a lot on these streams about me.
Also, happy World Pangolin Day, everybody.
World Pangolin?
Yeah, it's World Pangolin Day.
Pangolins are freaking adorable.
how come penguins get their own day and I don't?
Are you as cute as a pangolin?
Maybe?
Do you have more or fewer scales than a pangolin?
I plead the fifth?
They're like little pineapple rats. They're adorable.
Oh yeah, I guess I can show you the cosmetics real quick. Wait, how do I get there? Loadout. I only have one god unlocked for this run, so... but you can see it there. There are 4 gods I can unlock. Rain heals you when you use it. Wrath is an attack that's just hits right next to you, but does more damage, I guess. Wrath seems really bad. And Fortune is a time slow. Okami style, so... And they're roughly, I think, supposed to be in order of how good they are there, but honestly, I think War and Rain are way better than the other 2. And there's all these different cosmetics I've unlocked over time, which are... you get them for doing well in festivals, and then there's a couple you get for doing certain other things in-game. But they're neat. It's not a ton of customization, but they're cute.
Most Murderous Gods are.
So I know I just said that you can pick it up and it immediately feels good. But, like, actually you can. Because the thing is, like, although if you pick it up and you're not great at these sorts of games, there's no easy mode. Easy mode is the first 10 to 15 minutes of the campaign. So you'll be able to play the campaign for like 10 or 15 minutes, and then you'll fucking die. And that'll just keep happening. Because there's no easy mode, there's no hard mode, there's not like a first or second level that you have to be X good at in order to proceed. It's just like, you have to play the whole campaign every time. Or you can just go do the arena, which can be fun, but it's also like not... Like, the arena is ultimately pretty limiting in that it's just fights with no context, which for most people isn't that for me could be really interesting. For people like me who just really want to get into the mechanics of the thing, can be really fun. But in general, people prefer story modes for a reason. There's pacing to them, there's, I'm gonna use the assassin here to get rid of this descent, because it's sort of isolated. And I kind of want to control the descent down here. If I had enough for a general, I'd put one right here, but I don't. So I'll probably lose that city soon, and that'll be really, really bad. And that's the other thing, like, the civilization mode is really random. which is good, because you're going to be playing it over and over. But it's also like... I've had runs where I did everything perfect, and I just died on, like, turn 6. And I don't think there was really much I could do about that. And I've had other runs where I got all the way to the end, and I literally never had a descent. Like, and it was super easy. And the civilization mode, that one might as well not have been in there for that run. Because, like, it didn't add anything. And I think it really all just boils down to, like, these guys... I think they were just like, let's put this cool thing in our game, because why wouldn't? And they were like, we can put this cool thing in, and it'll be cool. And they were right. The civilization mode on its own is cool. The combat on its own is cool. Together, they kind of ruin each other. And it's the sort of like...
It's a bad relationship.
It's a really bad relationship. It's the sort of lack of scope that I think a lot of indies have, because they don't have that many people on staff and they don't have experience. And like, they just don't have the knowledge to be like, know what we can do and know what we can't do. This is something we can't.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, like somebody on the team, or like the group of them on the team having this vision, and it's like you said, it's like they probably got into it at a certain point, and they're just like, oh wait, we can't actually do this while we were thinking. Well, let's do what we can, and make it this.
I don't even think it's that.
Maybe,
like,
I don't know.
From everything I've heard, they kind of worked on this on their own, like without. They put out a few announcements here and there, but they basically didn't really... I read an interview. Like, they didn't pay attention to what was happening in the outside gaming world while they were making this. At all. And people really like that, because it fits in with their idea. A lot of the people who've been writing articles about it are like, this is why it didn't work. You know, because they weren't paying attention and the market changed and they weren't there. And, you know, again, that is sort of true, but they...
Yeah.
What is this? Every blood vial filled? Okay. But I think it's more just like they didn't... from all accounts, they thought this game was gonna sell really, really well. Which is really sad, because, like, in a way it should have. In a way, the way that it handles and the way that it feels... it's really, really good. It's a very successful transition of this genre that has been 3D only to 2D, and it feels super good. And I think if it had been successful, people would be talking about how goddamn amazing the combat system is in this, because it feels so good, and it's simultaneously intuitive and deep and all that stuff. I just think that they spent so much time making these things, like... They just didn't realize what it would be like to actually play it as a whole game.
I see.
It's kind of a problem with a bunch of these indie game people, just because, like you said, they're going to experience, like, they need a bunch of outside people to come and be like, okay, you've never even heard of this game before, please try it out and see if it works or not.
I actually think it's a problem a lot of... it kind of reminds me of some problems I've heard from, like, the early... Not even early, like the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 eras, let's say. Where, like, games have been around long enough that people were really into them, but they also sort of had mass market appeal. And so you ended up with these developers who were making games that were great for them, but, like... but, like, for the average or even new gamer, like... You know, like, this game's great if you've played 1,000 hours of it, which everyone in our development has.
Yeah, true.
And usually I hear that about difficulty scaling, but I think it also goes with design. Like, if you're like, I love this Civilization game and I love this combat, I have a suspicion that they didn't play full playthroughs of the campaign very often. while developing. Like, I'm sure they did it some, but I have the suspicion that they largely, and maybe I'm probably wrong here, because I'm definitely guessing, but I think they just largely, like, went into a combat mode and played that, in Arena, just to, like, test a new weapon or a new balance or whatever. Can I get another blood vial here? Oh, yes, I can. Just in time.
So you're thinking that probably there was people on the team who were like, we'll do the civilization part, and then those are people like, we'll do the, you know, the actual action game part. But like, no, like rarely, if anybody, actually played both of them together in the actual game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
or something
like,
along those lines. Yeah.
Like, I feel like they probably spent not a majority of their time playing through the campaign, when that's what most people are going to want to do in their game.
Right.
Because if you spend as much time as I did developing this game, and every time you playtested it, you did a full run of the campaign mode, I think you'd have to see how poorly balanced it is. Because, like,
yeah.
If you started playing this, you would get 20 minutes in and die every time, and there's really nothing... And, like, if you got a little better, you get 25 minutes in and die every time. Like, that's not a great system. And for me, like...
Nuclear throat syndrome.
Like, I haven't played this game in, like, 3 weeks. At all. At least. Maybe even longer. And I'm talking through all of the time that I'm playing this, and I'm pretty much playing on an autopilot, and I'm having 0 drops. Because it's early. Like, it's just... That's not just because I'm amazing. I'm not trying to brag to you. It's because, like, it's... Even the bonus objectives are super simple for, like, an hour. That's a big part of what made me not, like, want to master the game once I'd beaten it. I kind of felt like usually when you beat, like, a stylish action game, the drive is like, okay, now I can really start to master it.
Yeah.
But I basically felt like, well, like, mastering it in this case would be either playing a bunch of contextless arena matches and just doing them and being done with it, or doing this campaign mode again and spending an hour every... Like, when a campaign would end, I just wouldn't ever want to start another one, because I'd be like, well, that's going to be really boring. I'm just going to be mashing the attack button to get through it. Oh, Boots responded about the,
Yeah, he responded to me too.
Oh, it's because he made it a partner account. Or he started to make it a partner account.
Really? That's interesting.
That means you can't get drunk on stream anymore.
Oh no. Speaking of which,
okay, Frank?
I'm gonna go to the bathroom and get a drink real quickly, so I'll be right back, so make sure to talk shit about
No, you can't have drinks of any kind. I didn't say that. Alcohol.
No
Good
bar.
timing on that. Yeah, good timing on that. But yeah, what Frank was saying about Aztez really makes me think, like what I really like about roguelike games, even if they're difficult, is like, you know, they get ease you into it a little, but, you know, even if they just drop you in, it's really tough. It's like, okay, well, I know how that goes more, I maybe unlock some stuff to help with it, so I can do a bit better this round, even if it's tough, you know, and so you eke a little bit more and more. But if a roguelike game, or like a game that starts like this, you know, with the new campaign each time, is just like, now you're just fucked for the first 20 minutes every time. And it's like, well, alright, great game, guys, you know?
Yeah, Nuclear Throne does that. Like, I still haven't beaten Nuclear Throne because it's just fucking impossible. Like, you can't. Like, I would have to devote hours and hours and hours every single day just to try to get to the end of that game. It's like, I can't. I don't have that time.
Well, that was
other video games to play.
Exactly. Same here. That was kind of my problem with the game Strafe, too, which is a really neat game. And it's basically like a Quake-style looking shooter, but like a roguelike type deal. But the problem is, like upgrading yourself and unlocking stuff it's tough to find resources for, and tough to find like the stations to do it. And you can just get killed just really easily in that game. Like, not even a skill thing, just like stuff swarms you out of nowhere. And then it's like, well, I guess I'm fucked and I couldn't get farther then. And it's like, I don't think I've gotten past the first, like, world, whatever, of Strafe because of that. So, I kind of get the feeling maybe Aztez is similar from what Frank's saying.
Yeah, it's not. It's a similar thing, I think. In that they've got like a cool idea and they know they can do it, and they don't consider if that's good enough. But also in that it's not terribly well balanced.
By the way, Trav is really sympathizing with you on that there. Poor
Well, on how hard.
Trav is yelling. I think in chat, if I'm reading this right, he says, "Fuck the throne, the worst." Could only beat it with robot.
With robot.
Hey, so I need to choose a weapon. Chat, which weapon should I choose? I will tell you I would prefer claws because I think they're super fun, but I'll take anything.
Me too, bub. Snick.
They're like 90 seconds delayed, aren't they? It's gonna be a while. I just realized.
It's like the satellite delay on a news program.
There are skins for the 4 normal weapons that I've unlocked. 2 of the knife skins are identical, which I think maybe isn't supposed to be the case, but... Claws, knife, gaunts. That's 2 for claws. Well, that's like 5 for claws. It's 6 for claws if we count every time Mantra said it.
More claws.
Can you strap multiple knives to your hands so they become claws?
That's 2 gaunts and 2 claws and 1 knife. That's 2. Wow, that's 2 claws, 2 claws, 2 knives, and 2 gauntlets. Like, that's the worst. I'm gonna choose claws because it's a tie, and so I'm just leaving it up to me. And also because I'm very awkward with knife because they're weird.
Well, if you want me to be the, you can go with claws because if I were going to be the tiebreaker,
You would choose claws.
Yeah, I would choose claws. The role I designated for myself out of nowhere. So, you have my permission, Frank. You're welcome.
Thank you. Oh, so this is, by the way, you can equip 4 weapons. I might have said that, 1 to each direction of the D-pad. Whatever one's on the top is the one you start with. So let's see. 3 minutes? Yeah, I can take a little bit of time and exploit a claws real quick. Claws are fun. You move really fast with them. Like, your walk speed is good. Your dash is technically a little awkward, but you can always interrupt your dash. Like, the end of it is like a roll, but whatever. Your jump's a little weird, but you literally never, like, jump. Oh, I forgot to mention...
That little walk with your claws.
Yeah, la 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 la.
You're like a kitty on its hind legs.
Oh, this is a boss. I didn't realize. I should probably take it a little more serious.
Oh, hands. Hello.
Oh yeah, the sacrifice animation is different with claws. It's a little faster, but it actually gives out a lot less blood. Which I don't know if that's intentional or not.
Oh, that's cool. Giant hand goes and squish that.
I wish I had a big Mickey Mouse glove.
Oh, hi! Give me all your blood!
So yeah, that was a boss, so I didn't really get to show off the, I'll see if I can find another mission where I can show off the moveset a little bit better. Something I didn't mention is that there's a special, if you dash and then jump during the dash, you'll do a dash jump. And there's special moves you can do from that are usually really cool but hard to hit with. Oh shoot, there's a scent up there, huh? That's gross. Disgusting.
What button combo do you have to do Berserker Barrage?
That's actually... That's actually the end of every claws combo. If you get to the end, you'll see he does that, God, I keep trying to cancel with block, which is not a thing I have. But yeah, the end of both of your ground and aerial combos is the Berserker Barrage thing. Where he'll take a second nice. And then he'll
I'm sure that's on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I remember about Wolverine from the Marvel Capcom games. Berserker Barrage!
I mainly remember having him activate the hyper combo where he moves really fast.
Shit, I'm really low on health.
And then not really attacking anyone, just making him walk back and forth on the screen while singing Powerhouse. So, that was my Marvel vs. Capcom strat. You guys are free to copy it.
That's a good meta strat. I'll take that to Evo.
I would take that to Evo. I would be good enough at fighting games just to go to Evo and do that, and then feel like I retire forever.
By the way, Mantra does a pretty good song. It has a pretty good song in the chat. Who's the leader of the club that's made for you and me? MURDERMOUSE. Murderers.
I was so down for the Mouse Club as a kid. Not gonna lie.
I never watched it.
And I mean like the old, like they used to show the old ones, like the black and white ones. I was down for that. With Annette Funicello.
I was just about to mention Annette Funicello because I saw like, I don't know if it was on Disney or someone else, they made like a TV movie of her life. That's the only reason I know of her. Well, she had a funny name.
They mentioned the part where she was on like one episode of Full House.
No, I don't think it got to that.
Yeah, that also happened.
Oh shit. I'm doing poorly.
This is our combination Aztez Annette Funicello stream. You demanded it, here it is, the mashup you've all been waiting for.
Oh, it's gonna hit me. Fuck. Ugh. I forgot that claws are actually kind of difficult to use. Oh well. Well, that's what happens when an Aztez dies. Flap form.
Don't be afraid to use your nails, Frank.
Nails, boys.
I missed. Oh, I missed!
Took a shot and I missed.
And then I took another shot and I missed.
Missed. Got really sad, had a popsicle. Then I took a shot and then I missed.
Wait, oh that's right, his down Y is the one that knocks him out. There you go.
Yeah, that's a Berserker Barrage, basically.
Yeah, and the X1 on the ground hits them straight away from you, and the Y1, you hit them up into the air. And then I think it's similar in midair. The X1, like, you do a combo forwards, and the Y1, you do a combo downwards? I'm not sure.
Hell combo.
Man, I've been talking enough. I keep forgetting to send out my princesses at the end of turns, which is really bad. Because the sooner you capture the cities, the more
It
resources.
happens to a lot of guys, Frank. Don't worry about it.
You're the most distracted pimp ever.
I'm gonna put a general here. So now the general's there, so this descent cannot spread through the city. Let's gamble a bit. Yeah.
Frank, you are the laziest Aztec in Mexico.
Can I destroy a city from range? Wait, where is that? Oh, here it is. So yeah, if the false map, a very convincing map to the sacred birthplace of the Aztecs will make a city empty out, which I think is pretty cute. So I'm gonna use that here, and now this city is deserted, so the descent can't spread through there either. So I've basically corralled this descent for now, except for this road. And I can just focus on expanding outwards this way and getting as many cities as I can there. And it's sort of... It seems like if there's descent in one area, it's less likely to turn up in other areas. It's more likely to spread from where it is. So I can sort of... If you manage to corral it in one place, it's pretty good. Something else worth... Oh, maximizes population. Yes, that's good. Wait, why can't I use this? Oh, because it creates a mission. I'm an idiot. I can't create a mission that I can't do. It's being nice to me. Oh, and you can also repopulate a city with one of these obelisks. So if I ever manage to get all the rest of the cities, I can repopulate that one and move in there. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do for this turn. Oh yes, hello. These stupid magic dudes are the most annoying. Those red circles are from them, if that's not obvious, by the way.
Oh, I see.
And you can't counter or block those in any way. Oh, I'm not gonna get my bonus condition, huh? Probably not.
The guy's coming. He's coming for you. He's coming to get you.
I haven't really showed weapon switching. I meant to. I'll do that next thing. Oh, that's good too. That's a good turn. Giving me they gave me an Aztez, which I got from my last mission, and a city. So I just switched to the spear mid-combo. And I can switch back. And it counts as an attack, and there's like an aura around me. Oh, there is one thing you can do when you grab someone, which if you hit the dash button, you'll throw them. Which is like the way you let go of grab, and it will also knock back anybody. Basically, if there's someone behind that person who is gonna hit you, you just sort of toss the person you're grabbing. And you'll knock them back and interrupt their attacks. What are we talking about in the chat? Betty Boop in real life.png?
Yeah, and then they tell them not to look for it.
Definitely look for that.
But don't worry, I found it and I put it in the chat,
Oh,
so... Yeah.
And I was saying how the Alita in that new Battle Angel Alita movie they're doing basically looks like real life Betty Boop. And that weird giant eyes.
Battle Angel Betty Boop. I'd watch it.
Oh god. Ugh. Battle Angel Betty Boop would be pretty good.
Anyone who hasn't seen a Betty Boop cartoon don't know what you're missing, because they might think, oh, it's supposed to be like cutesy and they're just singing. No, it's a fucking drug trip every time, and it's amazing. Betty Boop lives in a world without rules.
That was my rain, by the way. Rain god ability, which it healed me. It's nice. I'm switching to spear so I can get more blood from the sacrifice. Oops, that's right. That's heals me. It's not. I was trying to do the other god attack that I don't have equipped anymore. So this dude's dead now, and I know this. I don't get to keep comboing. Because this dude screwed it up.
What an a-hole.
For real. I really like this attack, by the way. This bouncy attack. You can kind of just keep doing it. If you're really, really dedicated to cheesing out, you could basically just do that forever.
I like the movie that's boxing their ears and clapping their
Oh, okay. Fortune then. I'll use that. These dudes like to dash away from you, so the spear's really good against them. Because the spear has some really good attacks while dashing. It is kind of neat how, if you actually read the events, a thing I definitely haven't been letting any of you do because I just skip past them. Like, the type of enemies you fight is actually relevant to, like, what sort of event it is.
That's neat.
Rude.
Gearing up for your commentary for when you take this to GDQ.
What would the speedrun of this would be terrible, honestly. Like, you would just do the minimum damage to kill people and then immediately in the combo every time. And it would basically be RNG on the civilization front. Like, what? You just do the minimum number of missions and then end every time. Ooh, Underworld. Yes, thank you. Do I have an Aztez to spare for that right now? I do. Okay, so we're gonna go to the Underworld now. Because I got the Twilight Grove ability. Or item that lets me do that. I'm gonna switch out of Fortune now. So you use this, and one of your Aztez goes to the Underworld, which is its own separate map. And now we're kind of in a mini mode where there's a sequence of fights, and if I can leave at any time after the first fight, and I just have to do one fight to leave. But if I die in any of these fights, I don't get anything I got from the other fights because he stays in the Underworld. Also, we fight these jerks who are super fast and agile, and again, Spear's really good against them. Spear's just really good.
A little bonemen are wiggling.
Oops, wrong build. Get out of here. Oh, you did it too, you jerk. These guys will, they have a little dig attack where they'll just sort of dig under the ground and then come up somewhere else. But they're not very good at figuring out where you are, so they totally just do the Bugs Bunny wrong turn at Albuquerque thing. And you'll just sort of hear them dig out of the ground, and they won't be on your screen. You're like, I guess they, I don't know.
They like kind of poked their head out and been like, oh shit. No thanks, pass. Bye. Don't want none of that.
This is definably not my scene.
I really like the Underworld music too. I just want to say that.
I like all the Underworld dudes just hanging out in the back. Oh, nice fucking hit, dudes. I'm proud of you. Oh, that was a bad sacrifice. I'm gonna be in trouble now.
I did want to mention one thing about the design of the game so far that I find weird, which is how everything else is faded out except for you, and I get that's to make you more noticeable, I assume, but I don't know, it kind of makes the world, it makes everything kind of seem insubstantial, weirdly, like, you know, like everything is just kind of grayed out and faded out and all.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they were going for, but I don't know, it just kind of makes it seem like... Because I thought, like, in the tutorial when it was like that, it's like, oh, it's because you're in the tutorial, these aren't real enemies. And then all the enemies are like that. And I'm like, oh, huh. Well, I guess everybody's just kind of gray.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they didn't have that, it would be on... It's definitely, I think, a thing they do to have their art style. Like, they decide on the art style, and then they probably made a prototype, and they were like, this is unreadable. Where is the player? Like, it's
I can
already
see that.
like it's unreadable. Sometimes it's hard to tell what enemies are in an enemy pile. Sometimes when if they line up next to each other.
Right.
Which isn't a huge deal, as long as there's not a shield dude, because if your attack hits a shield dude, your attack will be blocked for every enemy, even if the shield dude's like behind them. Which is a weird mechanic, but whatever.
Yeah, I can definitely see, because if you made everything the same, if you didn't fade out everything else, then it would just look like black and white cacophony.
Mad World.
Yeah, it would look like Mad World, basically.
Mad World is fucking unreadable for the first half hour. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard to see what you're doing. I still have my copy.
Oh shit, that's a lot of... Wow, the combos! I'm gonna fucking die. That was an amazing combo. For them, not for me. That's
Oh,
insane.
wow.
Yeah, I got pummeled and then right into the spin attack.
You got wrecked.
Womp. Well, I sent that dude to the underworld and they never came back. I don't get the items, right? I must not. Doesn't look like I did. Womp womp.
Well, yeah, Montreth, you can use a shield to just block anything. It's kind of like how in fighting games, like crossover fighting games, someone can come at you with like a sword. As long as you got your arms up, you're fine. Arm beats sword.
It's true.
It's true.
It's science.
Look it up.
Actually.
In the documentary Smash Brothers. Although I guess they get a bubble, but bubble also beats sword. So.
Except Yoshi, because it's an egg, because he's special.
Yeah, he does. And it's the slowest shield in the game. It makes it very hard to play.
Oh, we got Darkness. That's pretty rare. To just... I wonder if they changed this game. Because both Drought and Darkness... Usually there's a mission you can do that prevents Drought or Darkness from happening the next round. But this game, both Drought and Darkness just sort of occurred with no mission to prevent it. Anyways, in Darkness, I think... It's happened to me so rarely I don't know, but Underworld people will show up in regular missions. Enemies, I mean. And I think your populations decrease? I actually don't remember what happens, but it does bad things in the
About to
civilization.
find out.
And these missions show up, which will reduce your population if they go through. So you don't want them to go through.
Some ominous music.
What hit me? I'm not... Oh my god, I'm getting destroyed. Stop running, please. This is an awkward fight here.
Oh, switching back to the spear.
He was about to hit me with the spin attack, but I did a sacrifice and he was so shocked he stopped his spin attack.
Ah, just like the first time we met.
A really weird thing, I wish they didn't... I wish they gave you more reason to switch between weapons, and also made it not so easy. As it is, like, if you really want to just get through the game, you can just use Spear or something that's really easy to hit with, and then switch to, like, Club or something that does a lot of damage mid-combo, and it's just, like, better than anything else you can do. And that's another thing, like, there's too many instances in this game where, on the combat side, like, you can do all these cool things, but there's no real reason to? They make, like, the only real system for judging your... how good you're doing, like, you know, the ranking system from Devil May Cry, for instance, is like a, is the score. But the fact is, the best way to increase score is to get a huge combo and then do a sacrifice at the end. And Because dropping a combo is so easy, it actually just encourages you to do really simple shit.
It's like the old, like, God of War clone type thing, where it's like, you can do all these combos, like, yeah, but tapping jab over and over and over again and stun locking people never doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right. Except it's also like, it'd be like if the way that Devil May Cry measured your stylish ranking was just like how many sword swipes you did. You just do the fastest sword swipe attacks that never miss. Like, that doesn't lead to cool things. Like, if I do cool shit in Devil May Cry, I get a cool ranking for it. If I do cool shit in this game, I probably, like, dropped a combo somewhere, or didn't end with a sacrifice, and I'm penalized. Like, I'm actively penalized for it. Which is bad, because a game should recognize that I'm the best, and reward me for it. And acknowledge I'm a pro gamer.
We're learning a lot from the bad things that are happening in Aztez. This is an educational stream.
It is.
Frank originally labeled this super educational stream and people thought he was being super racist. No, it's about the genre, not about history. Oh god, I made a horrible mistake.
Yeah, the problem with the sword swipe and all that you were talking about reminds me of like the problem with BioShock. Like reminds me of, like, here in BioShock you have all these crazy different strategies you can do. It's really fun. You can do your own way. Now here's the wrench and the electricity combo. You can basically just beat the game with this. Just level this up.
Oh yeah, that's how Electron beat the game. He ran around murdering everyone with a wrench because he thought it was the funniest thing. And he got an achievement for it.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. They try and do that to introduce you to combos. It's like use the shock him with the electricity, hit him with the wrench, 1-2 punch, and it's like, and you can just beat the game with that. That's all you need. Just plasma that up. You're good.
Yeah, that's one thing that I definitely dislike, and like, I think it seems like it's more of an issue in Western games. I could be wrong though, but where it's just like, yeah, you can build up your combos and get new weapons. It doesn't do anything, but you could.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, like
Well,
it's freedom of playstyle is a huge buzzword, but I don't think they really care about it. And in Western games, like I don't, and I feel like in Japanese games, it's less important to be like, we can accommodate any playstyle, and it's more like everything you do is cool.
Yeah,
everything you do is a good thing.
Like it's like either you're playing this way or you're just not playing this fucking game.
Right.
You're playing a different game.
Oh, by the way, I'm in a spear festival, which is why I can only use spears.
How convenient. Give me all the blood.
I love that.
Num 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 num.
Now time for anger to expire out of my device. Anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about needs to watch the cartoon Rejected. And you'll know
Of course.
the same fucking sound.
Go.
Yeah, I forget the exact term for it, but it reminds me of like how like when people if somebody's playing a game, people will most likely go for the strategy that will do the best. Even if you give a multiple ways and strategies of playing, if there's a way that works the best and will kill people fastest, they'll just play that.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Yeah.
And that's not inherently bad. Like, competitive games revolve around what's the optimal way to do this, and what's the way to counter the optimal way, and so on. Like, that can be good.
Yeah.
You just need to embrace what type of game your game is, ultimately.
Yeah, but I think it's like some designers just they think like, oh, we'll add all this, like, the games are just like, the cool thing about this is all the different things you can do, and it's like, yeah, but I'm just gonna be doing this one thing, so.
Yeah, everybody loved doing taxi missions in Grand Theft Auto. Wait, no, that's not what anybody liked about Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, exactly.
They liked the fact you could do a lot of things, and most of those things were cool. But, like, some of those things were not cool, and no one liked them.
Well, part of it is also that like you can do a billion things just sounds good in like a press release.
True.
Stuff. Whether or not it works, it doesn't matter if it sells a copy of the game because people think they can do literally anything. Then whatever, they won. That's its main purpose.
Yeah. Well, there's ways you can design around that too, which are good. But like I think the new Doom does a real good way of doing that because it's like you can have a favorite weapon or like one that works the best, you think works best, but you don't have infinite ammo for that, you know, for those. So you gotta like have alternate strategies and change things up so you can keep killing even if your ammo runs out. You just but you know, like you said, like they want to be on the press release. Oh, you can do these million things, but this one thing is all you're really gonna be doing because that's how you win.
I noticed you just been poking this man into the sky for like the past
I was like, I wonder if anybody's gonna comment on this.
No, I was thinking maybe you were about to do something cool with it. It was like, oh no, that's just literally just what
then I just walked away. I didn't even sacrifice him. Complete disrespect.
Just humiliate. His wives left him for sure.
He's like, I may be getting brutally murdered, but at least my death will be rad. And I just leave, and he's like, oh, nuts.
I just look like an idiot.
I'm going to use this because there's an achievement for using this die many times. And I don't have, it's one of like 2 achievements. Hello, I've never seen this. I guess that's something you only get from the dice roll, because I've never seen that item before. That's not enough for a princess, though.
It's never enough for a princess.
There's no... There's an item that makes it not darkness, but I guess I don't have one.
I'll be right back. Just 1 sec.
Okay. This is a special...
now.
It's just me and you. Ooh, let's see. Unlock... This will unlock knife if I do it correctly. So I'll have a new weapon. But first I'm going to do this. This is a special. Emergencies are things like if you don't do the mission, even if you completely ignore the mission, a bad thing will happen. And in this case, this is the worst one, which is if you ignore this mission, your Aztez gets killed. And if you do this mission and fail,
oh dear,
the Aztez doing it dies, and you lose an Aztez. So if I fail this mission, I'm going to lose 2 Aztez out of my 4. And 4 is a pretty low number to have at this point in the game, so like... I hope I don't fuck this up, basically. I probably won't, they're usually not that hard. It's technically a boss fight, but this is like the easiest of the bosses. Because it's the magic dude, and like he doesn't really defend himself directly. The thing about bosses is like, unless you counter them or do certain particularly heavy hits, they don't get like stuttered at all. Stuttered? They don't stumble ever. They pretty much have super armor for people who play fighting games. So you have to be careful around them because you can't just combo them. You need to hit them with something particularly hard and then you can combo them, or you can just keep chipping away at them with a handful of hits before they hit you. But the magic dude, like, has no good attacks at close range, so like you don't really... It doesn't matter that he can attack while you're attacking because his melee attacks suck.
It's like that scene from Indiana Jones. It's like, look at all this magic attack and shoot him with a gun.
And the other thing about bosses is that until very late in the game, they always have... They only have like a small handful of lackeys around them, like low-level lackeys. So like, there's no one to distract them while the magic dude does stuff either. Oops, that was supposed to be a counter, not whatever I did.
Ooh, deadly games like Heavy Rain. I really need to watch a playthrough of Heavy Rain. I have no desire to play Heavy Rain. I do want to watch the stupid shit that happens in it, though.
I want to see a playthrough where they fuck up every QTE, basically.
Yeah.
Like in that one grocery
chase
scene?
scene?
So good!
It's amazing.
I think I've seen videos where somebody, like, yeah, just fucks up every QTE. I'll have to look for that.
Although the best failed QTE in all of gaming is the Spider-Man 2 one.
Yes. I'm going to die!
It's just fucking face splits on the ground. I'm going to die.
Yep.
God.
You know what game is really good / really bad for failed QTEs is Beyond Two Souls. I watched somebody like play through that and like eventually just stop doing the QTEs. So it's like the QTEs, like you fail them and it doesn't actually change anything. Like it. David Cage is the best game designer. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I've got the knife now, so this is the knife. Its combos all have a really long wind-up. This is not. Its combos have a really long wind-up before their end, and they're sort of a little awkward. And they're only 4 hits.
Oh, like me.
Because the point of the knife is mobility. It's got... You can throw a knife downwards in midair, and that will break blocks. Which is actually... It doesn't have a way to break shields on the ground. My usual shield breaker is just a teleport in place. Because up and down X just teleport me. And my dash is also a teleport. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh yeah, my dash attack is a throw knife that way, which is probably its best attack because it juggles people towards you and it breaks shields. One of its really good attacks, if you grab, you can teleport up into the air with someone, which is kind of amazing. So the basic, like...
Coming with me. Go this way.
The basic knife is, gameplay is to do something like either grab them and hit them up in the air, or get them towards you in midair by throwing the knife, and then dashing above them and throwing the knife again to re-juggle them. That was supposed to be what?
What would you say is the most fun weapon in the game?
It really depends. I mean, that's one of the things this game does great. Every weapon really does feel... At first, they all feel pretty similar when you don't quite get what the differences are. But once you get a hang of all of them, they feel very different. And I think different ones will appeal to different people. I think I tend to prefer the sort of... My favorites are probably Spear, obviously. I really like Spear. Because I like just sort of dashing around and canceling the dashes into other dashes. I like Knife a lot, actually, even though I think I'm pretty bad with that. And I'm a sucker for impractical weapons with one big attack, so I also really like the rifle. So those are probably my favorites. But really, I think... Like, as you asked that question, like, I can think of things I really like about every weapon except the basic sword, which is just sort of, like, basic. Like, there's not really it's sort of... Its stomp attack is sort of neat. I don't know. It's otherwise just super... Which is what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be basic, so... Oh, I thought that hit that, man. Oh yeah, the fist guys have a dirty... Several characters have an attack where they get up, but the fist guys will do this thing that has relatively little warning. Oops. Hold on, wait. Okay, sorry, my wire is... One of my USB ports is a little weird and always has been, so I just switched USB ports. We're good. Where was I?
Now Psycho Mantis can't read your mind.
Oh yeah, so the fist guys have a dirty attack they do when they get up, where they'll like kick sand in your eyes, which is really cute, I think. That air attack that all these spear wielders do is really ripe for countering because it draws a big line where they're going to be, obviously.
Like when you do the sacrifice, how the guys are like wiggling. Oh no!
Oh no, please don't! Let's see. We're only on turn 9. I should start going a little faster if I can. I don't know that I can. I feel like I'm not in a great... Oh, I didn't spend my princesses.
Oh, Frank, we've always known that about you. You never spend your princesses.
Here they come. So, now we're in the end game. Although not quite yet. What is this? This is a mission I'm not sure I've seen before. I wonder if they added that. It feels like they've changed some things in the month I've been gone.
They heard you. They heard your complaints.
These guys move every time I do a mission, not every time a round ends, or a turn ends. So, I guess I'm gonna do this? I don't know.
They're little wandering Hammer Brothers. Get your music box out.
Well, I guess I'll talk about them more after this round. Here, I'm gonna switch to Spear for these dudes. They're too much of a pain to face now otherwise. That was supposed to be a counter, not get hit in the face. I hit the wrong button. I hit the get hit in the face button. I don't even know what happened.
Why that? You should disable that button.
Well, I mean, it's really useful in some combos. I like that even the underworld zombies are like, holy shit, he sacrificed the hell out of that dude. I'm not getting you.
Radical!
The landlord is coming to ask why there's so much blood in your apartment. Thanks, Doc. Wait. Oh, so this takes me to the underworld. Oh, neato. So it's like a free underworld thing. Underworld boss run.
Free trip to the underworld.
Free trip. Oof. If I don't wait to absorb the whole thing, I can chain the stun from one sacrifice to another sacrifice. Because with aggressive enemies, they will attack before you're done absorbing all the blood. And let me just say, passerbys were amazed by the unusually large amounts of blood. I don't think I'm gonna go the underworld boss. I think I might just cut my losses and try and beat the conquistadors here. Ooh, but I'll take that. The underworld boss is just like a big one of those claw dudes, if I remember. I don't know. He's got special moves. He's interesting, but whatever. There's basically like 3 special bosses. There's the underworld boss, there's the head of the conquistadors, and there's the emperor, who you only get to fight if you get every city under your control. Then like an advisor comes to you and it's like, I'm not sure the emperor is ready to handle these invaders that are coming. And you'll get a special thing that lets you try and kill him once with one of your Aztez. And he casts like a bunch of bullshit magic all over the place. And you have to kill him, and killing him is what gets you the gauntlets that let you cast bullshit magic.
So basically you have to fight Emperor Geese Howard. Or God Rugal or something.
Emperor Seth.
There we go. I'm starting to remember how to play this game now.
Just in time.
Yeah, just in time to end it.
Hence coming back to the problem that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, when I'm done with the campaign one or the other, I'll give a quick overview of the other weapons as a sort of wrap up, but,
Does
Sure.
this also have a mocap live action scenes? Because I feel that's now like required for all character action games.
Huh, the underworld didn't count as a round in terms of that guy. That's weird. I don't really know what that's about. Wait, recovered palace item? I don't know what the palace item is.
Use it.
Whoa, what is this, dude? I genuinely don't know what this enemy is.
Oh, good.
Like, he had some sort of big radius attack. I don't think I've seen... But I feel like I fought this enemy before. I've just never seen an attack.
They updated it.
Maybe, or maybe it just didn't do that attack when I... What is he doing? What's the yellow? What the fuck is yellow? Genuinely not sure what's going on. I'll just stay up in the air while he does whatever that is. The weird thing is I can combo him. Maybe because I shield break and that counts as a... I'm getting too technical here, but I think breaking the shield counts as a big hit in terms of making bosses hittable. If that made sense to anyone.
I think I can get it.
Oops, not quite.
Toast is gonna be the master of this game after the stream is over.
Totally.
He will be casual no more. He's gonna start doing this shit in real life. Oh, how amazing would that be, though? Character action game starring Toast. Just flying through the air, beating the shit out of everyone. Hello, Dirk Dammit. I really like your name, by the way. Dirk Dammit is an awesome name. Yo, this game looks cool.
Yeah. Wow, this dude has a lot of health. We're taking up into the air. How much fucking health does this dude have? Oh, there we go. Now I just need to kill his subordinates. There we go. That was a long fight. This must be like an alternate endgame fight for if you don't unlock the Emperor. Or something, I don't really know. What made this happen. But it's over. I wonder what I get for that, because it's a palace item. Is it the gauntlets? Oh, this is another way to unlock the Emperor fight. Do you want me to try the Emperor fight and try and get the gauntlets? I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, go for it.
See, here's the dumb thing. They're gonna move there. And now every mission I do, they're going to move to a new city and conquer it automatically. And they're gonna head straight... So, like, there's kind of no point in doing other missions. Because if I beat them right now, they will get driven off, and then I can move to the endgame, which is, like, fighting them on the beach. And there's, like, several missions of fighting them on the beach, if I drive them off. But, like, everything they move forward, is another thing I have to fight, another mission I have to fight them before I can fight them on the beach, if that makes sense. I guess I can put a general in their way. Because a general delays them, I think. Yeah, and then that'll give me time to fight the, Emperor. Because if I didn't put the I think if I didn't put the generals in the way, fighting the Emperor would let them move forward, and then I'd have to fight them twice before I get to actually kill them. Empire Fortified. I don't even know what that means. Bonus, only use claws. I'll give it a shot. No promises. Wow, fuck you. The worst. For shit. Okay, I'm fucking already lower than half. I'm probably not gonna win this fight.
Wow, you really is some bullshit fighting game boss.
I told you. He's the
I believe it. I mean, I believed you. I believed you in theory, but seeing it now, I'm like, oh yeah.
can see why he's an emperor though. Like
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm gonna tell this guy no.
I'm gonna get some sacrifices and see if I can't heal some of this damage off. Because I have the heal god equipped, so. Oh, for God's sake! There's like no tell for that.
I just noticed Dog's comment of I'm just gonna vault over this Aztec warrior, give a few spanks, and run away hooting like Daffy Duck. Where's that button?
I'm dead. He's gonna kill me. Fuck me. They also laugh at you. Every enemy has like a animation they play when they win, and the magic dudes sort of rotate and laugh at you. Which is adorable.
Ooh, they have victory rotation.
Yeah! Yeah!
I can't wait till you get to see Shinobi, the game that has the best victory I'm sorry, what?
Looking forward to this.
There's no road there. Do you see a road here? I didn't know that was a thing that happened. Okay. Well, that's some bullshit. So conquistadors are also kind of bullshit. Their rifle attack is unblockable and basically full screen, not quite.
Oh, the game.
They also have armor that prevents them. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's loading for me too.
Oh, and I got my OBS disconnected. Hold on. Am I still even streaming right now? That's weird. It says it was reconnecting. Hold on.
Well, Discord wasn't disconnected, so I don't know.
It seemed like my whole everything. Are you guys back in?
Not yet. It says waiting for you to start. Oh, there we go.
You guys are back in. I think OBS is restarting. I don't know what happened.
I think maybe the chat can't hear you.
No, because the stream's not there. Reconnection successful. What the fuck just happened? Am I streaming now? I'm not sure. Not really sure. Like, I didn't do anything. That was weird. I might have to stop the stream and restart it. It's still recording locally?
It's showing that you're streaming on Twitch.
Is anything showing? It's just a black screen, right?
It's just showing the pause menu.
Oh! How come I'm not seeing that? How come on my screen it's just a black screen? Oh, I bet the mobile app isn't reconnecting yet because it's really stupid. If you're watching on mobile, you might have to refresh the page. Give me just a second here, sorry. I don't know what's up. Let me reopen the Twitch app. Oops, I knocked over my stand here. Okay, there it is. I can see my own stream, so I'm pretty confident. Yeah, if you're on the Twitch mobile, I guess you have to, like, restart the stream. I don't know what just happened. It just cut out everything. It cut out, I'd stopped streaming through Steam streaming, too. I wonder if the two streams got mad at each other. Anyway, sorry about that. Let's keep going.
Cortez conquered your stream.
Oh, shit. You can just run away. So,
maybe it was the ultimate punishment for losing to the Emperor. Cut out your entire stream.
I did like what Dirk Gammett said earlier, which was this looks like
I think I just lost the game, by the way.
Okay.
Let's This is another issue with the whole civilization thing, actually, so maybe it's... Oh no, there's one more. That's right.
The guys... I don't mean to laugh at your defeat, but all the guys celebrating. It's kind of funny. Yay!
So they actually landed a little far away, farther away than I've seen them. I've seen them land at this place, and I've seen them land at this place. Both of which are like, or no, sorry, this place. Both of which are 2 moves away, which is another thing that's really bullshit about the civilization setting, is like, you can play a thing for 2 hours, and then you lose, like, 2 fights, or in this case, 3 fights. Or even win 3 fights. Like, I could have done one of these fights and won it, and the invaders would still move forward. And if they reach the capital, they instantly win. And it's like the whole game can basically just be over in 1 or 2 rounds. 1 or 2 fights. After playing for like a billion fights. And it's also stupid, this didn't happen this time, but like you can get kind of screwed and not get many Aztezes. You're kind of guaranteed to get 3 by turn 4 or so. But beyond that, like, you're not really guaranteed to get any, and if you don't have as many Aztezes as it takes to complete all the missions in a turn, you'll just keep falling further behind. And that's just random. Like, and it can mean, like, if you lose 1 fight and lose 1 Aztez, then, like, your game's basically over, but it's not counted as over yet. I don't know, it's stuff like that that just kind of makes me wish this didn't exist. Oh wait, actually I think I did lose, because I don't have an Aztez to use against them.
Uh-oh.
And I think they get to move at the start of the thing. Right? Can I do anything? I can prohibit dissent in my capital. I don't know if that works. Oh! Wow. I gambled and won an Aztez.
Ooh.
That's...
You got this, Frank.
So they have armor you have to break before they'll be stunned by anything. Which is a real pain when they also have unblockable attacks they do on a regular.
Still not wearing any pants, though. Pantsless invaders.
The walking animation will never not be funny to me. Yeah, da 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 da.
Yeah. Some of these animations are pretty good. By the way, HP Shipcraft called this the Dark Souls of colonial invasions. I don't know if you agree with that.
I mean, everything's the Dark Souls of something, man.
It's true.
Not Paper Mario.
Paper Mario is the Dark Souls of Mario games.
I don't know if that's true.
It's definitely true.
I can think of a couple Mario games that might be harder than Paper Mario.
But it's a dark and brutal atmosphere.
That's more Thousand Year Door.
That's... I guess I can show you how easy it is, if I really feel like it, to cheese the system.
He's already dead!
Just barely dodged that gunshot. Oh, I missed my sacrifice, and now I can't get the bonus. Oh well. But yeah, like, it's so hard for almost every enemy to hit you in the air. If you just have a weapon that's good at getting someone up in the air, you can... Like, the game seems to want you to choose it that way. I don't know. They know that it's safe to do that. Okay, let me capture this and put a thing there. And see what happens. Because I didn't do that mission, it's gonna descent, but that's fine, it's not really important to me now, whether things descent or not.
Look, you can either dislike me and get your asses kicked by these guys.
Yeah. I mean, that is true to life. Some people in the region... Wait, are they leaving? Where are they going? That's so oh, they just went in to kill the general and then come back. That's interesting. I didn't know that was a thing.
Alright, back here.
Hang on a second, let me take care of something. Alright.
Slide.
But yeah, they actually are helped by my enemies here. Which is true to life. There were people who helped the invaders.
It's true, yeah.
Oh, dang, I didn't see that coming. I'm gonna die. That hit me? Aw, it's such a big range. I even tried to counter it. Is he headbanging? He is headbanging. It's adorable. Yeah, I think I'm a little too rusty to beat these endgame enemies, unfortunately. So you probably won't get to see me fight.
Frank, how could you?
They really want to conquer this place. I'm not sure why.
Chat's getting their casual germs all over you.
Ugh.
Is it contagious?
It
Can I, like,
definitely is.
if it's contagious, can I, like, send you to Evo as, like, a bioterrorism type thing? Just sap all their power.
Just have be like a cooler, like at casinos, only for for games. Let's get rid of this dude. If I kill this dude, no one will be able to hit me in the air, I think. The Conquistadors have a big weakness, which is that they have literally nothing that hits you in the air. Most enemies have a tough time hitting you in the air, but they're particularly bad at it. Nice counter, me. Oh shit. Extremely bad choice. But I can kill this dude easily in the corner, because they're not being aggressive. Mr. Gunshots over there. What is he? Oh my god, he's scaring me there. That's gonna hit. I was stupid.
Stog wants you to use the BFG 9000.
I will use that after I die or win. I will show you the BFG 9000. Like, I'm not even joking, I'll do it.
That sounds like a threat.
Ooh, if I hadn't broken that dude's armor, he would have shot me in the face.
Your Honor. These stick men are so angry at each other. Oh, speaking of stick men, West of Loathing is going to be at RPG Limit Break.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And I have been told that game has a walk stupid button that you can toggle.
Oh, good.
And it makes the stick people walk stupid. Like,
awesome.
sometimes he'll be, like, in some scenes he'll be walking on his hands, and some scenes he'll be, like, cartwheeling.
That's
spinning
awesome.
and stuff. So,
Yeah, I'm really interested to see that. I was really interested. I was thinking about getting that because Kingdom of Loathing was my jam back in the day. I love pull that up on any browser at school, play that. So it'll be neat to see what their actual full game is.
HPC crap goes, hell yeah, it does. Apparently playing familiar with these stupid walks buttons. They're also gonna have, at RPG Limit Break, they're gonna have Barkley shut up and jam guidance, so if you ever want the pro tech, Barkley shut up and jam guidance.
Jesus Christ. So I'm not talking that much. Oh right, they have a horse summon attack, I forgot to mention.
Yeah, I saw the horses flying through the sky, what is...
It's unblockable, of course, I don't even think you can counter it.
Horse!
Alright, chill out, Secretariat.
It's all the classic magical elements, you know, fire, water, electricity, horse.
The horse was my favorite of the five. I'm stalling because I've forgotten their names.
Are you thinking of Captain Planet?
I am thinking of Captain Planet and the Planeteers.
The Planeteers.
I was like, just keep drawing the joke out, Frank. You'll remember them by the end.
He wasn't saying heart, he was saying horse. It was a much more kick-ass show than you remember. A giant horse flew out of his ring and started kicking everything's ass.
Now I'm remembering how shitty they are against people in the air. I'm remembering how to fight them. Okay, so if I beat them here, I'll go to the beach. Which means I'm definitely gonna fucking lose here. Oh no, I don't have enough. Gonna gamble again. Nope. I'm gonna gamble again. Not really. I'm gonna gamble again. Nope. Nope, I can't gamble again. Do I have any items that are worth using? I don't think so. I'll just reconquer that city, I guess. I don't know. Oh, there's a die. Target city becomes max population. Okay. You. Oh, that's... Oh, I can't... I could have eliminated some of those events. But I don't... I think if I eliminate this event, I don't chase them. So I'm not gonna do that. I should have used this gold before. But I forgot that I had it, and that it existed. But I think if I eliminate the last event, they leave and they come back later. And I don't chase them to the boss endgame. I think that's what happens. Darn, if I used that gold, I could have finished it last turn, probably. Oh, they're leaving. They're leaving anyway. Wow, cowards.
Yeah, you better run.
Oh, you know, you might have to beat the Emperor in order to get to the real endgame. I'm not sure. This might not get me to the true endgame, winning this fight. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing that and start doing this. Nice, right in the face. So yeah, this fight is just a lot of them. Once I break a few of their armors, it's not too hard. Oof, I say as I get shot in the face. I teleported right the fuck away from that horse. A great sentence.
Shipcraft goes Queen Isabella is the EX boss.
Fuck. Fuck! I might lose this. That would be so bad. lose this.
Quick, kick their crosses over. They hate that.
Okay, I can heal. Good. That helps. Oops! That was actually me hitting the pause button that time.
Beep beep, horse. You should make like train noises.
All you had to do was dodge the damn horse, CJ.
I guess the horses are blockable, by the way. I was wrong. Because I've blocked them twice now.
He's gonna do some Twilight Princess shit where he just puts his hands up and just holds the horse in place and throws it over.
Shell Game says don't be such a naysayer.
Can someone ban Shell from the chat, please?
I can't, I'm on it. Wait, am I mod? I don't know.
I don't think you are for this channel, because I don't think I bothered to mod anybody, really.
That's fine, I'll just put my reaction then.
I'll put my reaction.
In the face.
Yes.
Okay, I've got this now, unless I really monumentally screw up. It's basically impossible to drop a combo. Oh my god, I almost monumentally screwed up.
I got this, I don't got it!
So I think, because I didn't beat the Emperor, if you don't beat the Emperor is not willing to be ruthless enough to chase them off completely. But if you do beat the Emperor, after you do these, you rout them and then you chase them to the beach. But yeah, it says we have been forbidden from the Emperor forbidden by the Emperor from killing the leader of the invaders. So if you don't destroy the Emperor and beat him, then you don't get to go to the end and kill Cortez.
Why does the Emperor not want you to...
Because if you look at the flavor text for the Emperor mission, it says, like, an advisor comes to you and is like, I don't think the Emperor has the reserve to do what is necessary to fight off the invaders that are coming. So, like, I need you to depose him. See, the Emperor will not allow any further action, so... So that is one of many ends. You didn't miss much, it's just like 3 fights with like 3... You get 3 Aztez, they have 3 encounters, you have to win them. It's a good end, but it's nothing special, really. It's just more fights, which is another problem, is... They made the combat system so freeform, but there's not that many difference in the enemies, and in a way, like, the combat system is so powerful it almost wouldn't matter. Like, you kind of have to do bullshit things in order to make an enemy challenging, like give them tons of super armor or something. Which still would have been interesting, but there's just not enough. Like, there's... Once you've been playing for a while and you're good enough at this game, like, more or less, you have the invaders. You have, like, the conquistadors. You have the spear dudes that charge at you. You have the mages, and then you have basically every other enemy that don't matter. Like, that are all identical because you can just combo them easily. So, before I end, I'm gonna quickly show off a couple of the other things. Actually, let's do it like this. Fists, then club, then rifle, then gauntlets. And I'll do fortune. I'll just quickly show off what they're good at, just to show the variety of things in this game. So this is fists. It also doesn't have a block, it has a dodge in place. Which is really good for canceling, actually. Everything they do is really fast. They can also chain 2 dodges, or as many dodges, I guess 4 dodges together. And their dodge is also, or sorry, their dash is also a dodge. So you're invincible for part of that. And they've got fun moves like... let's see if I can hit it. Like that one. They're a little basic and they do really low damage, so you end up taking forever to actually do a combo, but they're fun. Oh yeah, they also have this move where you run at people. So fists I really enjoy fists, but they kind of take forever. Club is the opposite. It's super slow, but it does tons of damage, and its final hits knock people super far away. And it's got a bunch of really fun moves like this one, where you just sort of launch up into the air, which you can cancel. And it's got this move, which its shield breaker is long range, so it's actually really bad at dealing with shield dudes. Because it can't... If there's a person with a shield and they're directly in front of you, you can only grab them. Nothing else. You can't do anything else that will hit them. Oops. But it's really fun because it does tons of damage and sort of knocks people around. I'm probably like, if you're going for speedrun or easiest way to kill, optimal things are probably something like Spear to get a hit and then immediately switch to Club every time and make tons of damage. If you're doing that, though, you're playing this game wrong, because it's really easy to choose this game. The rifle is a really Rifle's a really awkward weapon. All of its X combos are sort of slow, but move you pretty far forward. All of its Y combos, as I said at the start of the stream, shoot, and then reload. And you can sort of do all sorts of angles. I can jump up and aim downward. I can even aim downward when I'm on the ground, just to shoot someone who's on the ground, if I want to be a jerk. Let's see. But they've also got the best combo, which is a fast reload, or the best counter. Just reloads quickly, like... And their counter shot is really what you want to use that bullet for, because it hits everybody. And it does a ton of damage. So you kind of want to make sure you have a thing like that. But you can also use the bullet... Oh, you don't? If you grab them, you can also sort of shove the muzzle into their gut and shoot them, which is fun. And finally, I did tell Stalguy to use the BFG. So these are the gauntlets. Instead of... Your dash jump is just like dash hover upwards. All of your dashes are hovers, but you can do it infinitely in the air. All of your X buttons are slow attacks that have gigantic hitboxes like this. Your dash X is this, which will just keep people in place for basically ever. And all your Y buttons are the BFG. Let's see, what else do we have? He's got some move. Oh right, you can also make someone into a bomb. If you hit the Y button after grabbing them, they turn into a bomb. And they will blow up other people.
Ooh.
It's just kind of the... Like,
Gambit strats.
Its only real downside is that it is very slow, but since you can just switch to another weapon to move around instantly, there's no real downsides to it. It's the power weapon. But yeah, that's... All of those are sort of have their own strats and can mix with others, and I think the combat system is just so good in this game, and I wish the rest of the game could live up to it. Because, like... I'm genuinely impressed with this game in a lot of ways. And if you think it looks fun to play, you should go buy it, or at least put it on your wish list. But, because it is fun to play. It's super fun. Like, I don't regret the money I spent on it or the time I spent on it. It's just that I really liked this game. This could have been my favorite game of the year. Like, this should have been. From all accounts. Like, this weird indie game with a cool style and a cool concept, and it's stylish action, and it really works. It should have been my favorite game, and it just... I spend so much time in it not enjoying myself. And that's the frustrating thing. And I think that no matter what your skill level is, there will be a certain amount of time you spend not enjoying yourself. Which is just too bad, because it's a fantastic game at its core, and anybody who likes fighting action-y games should try it. That's my recommendation. Try this game. It's boring a lot of the time.
And it made me angry about it. But on paper, a great game.
On paper, and when it works so well. Like, when you feel it and you're dodging all these crazy attacks and you're fighting a fight that's actually at your skill level. It's so good. Like, it feels as good as Devil May Cry ever did, and Devil May Cry is, like, the best at this, so... I just wish there was a story mode and, like, a linear progression of difficulty and more enemies. Instead of a progression of arena fights that mostly aren't at the right difficulty level, combined with a Civilization game that's something completely unrelated. So yeah, that is that. And, go over to Stogstream now to watch him play Limbo of the Lost, because that's gonna be good.
Ooh.
And, thanks for watching. Pretty soon I'll be doing Shinobi, which will be a more full-featured thing than this one was. I'll probably be 2 or 3 streams in a row. If you ever want to see me... If you're thinking, like, wow, it's kind of boring to see Frank do well at so many games so often, you'll want to tune in for that one. I'm gonna die so much, and I'm literally gonna have to resort to save states, or I'll just have to stop talking. Like, I don't think I can do it otherwise. We'll see.
Toast, do you think you could talk a whole lot in place of Frank not talking?
I don't know. I don't normally talk more than, you know, just keep talking and talking even when I should stop talking, so I don't think that's possible. Especially something about ninjas. Like, I have nothing to say about ninjas.
Anyways, Franks for Franks. I'm hitting the button, it's stop.